Let's do a quick review of the vocabulary of translations, reminding ourselves that we are learning transformations in general, and transformations have 4 types of shapes. The first one that we are learning is called translations or slides. So for our first object, we have the pre-image, and that is our starting shape. So whatever we are given with right away, that's what we're starting with. So in this case, the ABC triangle is our pre-image. Then our ending shape would be our image. So reminding ourselves that point A sliding to A prime would be pre-image and image. Point B sliding to B prime would be our pre-image to our image again. Then, because we have a translation is always congruent, our new shape must be the same shape and the same size as our final shape. So our image and pre-image must be congruent. And then finally, similar, this is only true for dilations, which will be the 4th section. But similar shapes are when you take something and you make it slightly bigger or smaller. Very important to get the vocabulary down. Now, if you did not get your 5 SPs from this last video, you can get 5 SPs for it in the retake as well by showing me the vocabulary. And let's do 2 examples here. So let's start with our first one, that we are going to translate triangle DEF, which is right over here, 4 units down. And our coordinate mapping here is y-4, but the x remains the same. So let's get our points first written down and then do our mapping from there. So D is back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's -8, -5. Our E then is back 3 and down 5. And our F would be back 8 and down 2. Now, before we actually do the graphing, we can actually find what the ordered pairs should be by using our coordinate map on the bottom, because our x value should stay the same. So that's -8, -3, and -8 again. And then our y value should decrease by 4. So 4 below -5 is -9. -9 again. Whoops, let's undo that here. -9 again. And 4 below -2 is -6. So we actually know the coordinates for triangle D prime, E prime, F prime. And now we can graph the points to check if they worked. So if I take F and I go down 4, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll put F prime right here. D is then 3 units below F prime. So D prime is right there. And then E prime is going to be over here. I can then connect the points with my line. And I ask myself, is our image and pre-image, or are our image and pre-image congruent to each other? They certainly look like they are from the eye test, which means we must be correct, and we must have graphed this translation correctly. Let's do one more example, and this one's about as tough as we can get for translations. We're going to translate rectangle ABCD, 3 units left, 2 units right, and then 3 units up. And so we actually have 3 different movements to do this time. But before we do anything, let's graph A, B, C, and D. So there is our rectangle. Now let's do our transformation. So let's start with A. Oh, that's not going to let me undo. Let's try that again. There we go. Let's start with A. And so let's move 3 units left, then 2 units right, and then 3 units up. So left goes 1, 2, 3, then back again, and then 3 units up. So our new A prime is right there. So if we notice, 3 units left and then 2 units right is actually going to just be 1 unit left. So actually we can just, for the rest of them, treat it as going 1 left and then 3 up. So B would be 1 left and 3 up. B prime is right here. That would put C prime, whoops, right here. Let's undo that quick. C prime would be right here. And finally D prime right here. And I wanted to end with this example to show you that when you do these transformations correctly, frequently you're going to end up overlapped on top of the shape that you did before, just because there's a limited amount of space on a graph. So it's really likely that you kind of run out of space a little bit at the end. But as always, if you have any questions, please let me know.